For real though, like, Lord, have your way. Have your way, Lord, in every relationship that is ripped and torn. Lord, have your way. God, where the circumstances just seem impossible. Lord, have your way. God, with this grief that is just unbearable, Lord, have your way. God, have your way in this place. In every heart, every life, every family. Lord, we need you so much. I really don't think it gets any more complicated than that, you know? And what I mean by that is what it means to follow Jesus. Than just being willing to pray that prayer daily. And I think that's what it means to take up your cross and follow Him. It's just submitting, surrendering, like we're singing to God's way. And it's really, it's so simple, it's easy to sing, but the reality is we humans, like people like you and me, like we tend to like it our way. We want God to work our way. And that's okay, that's natural. But there's something about the way that God works that is supernatural. And so often when it seems like maybe the things that we're praying for, or the things we're believing for, the things we're being, the ideas we have about how it's supposed to work out, when those things don't work out the way we want them to, sometimes we think we must be doing something wrong. God must not be as powerful as we say He is. And the truth is, His ways are just better than ours. I know the last few years have been tough for everybody. I'm sure everyone's got a story. If the last 3 years have been the best 3 years of your life, I'm so happy for you. I really am. God makes no promises that life is just going to be this smooth ride, especially when it comes to following Him. In fact, the Bible teaches us the opposite over and over again, but what it reveals is His faithfulness. Over and over and over again. And the problem with our ways is we just keep messing things up. That's what we do. Even our best ideas and our best plans and our best methods and our best works, they all end up, we just mess up things in the end. But this is the thing about God, He's always redeeming, always reconciling, always restoring. I think sometimes we just have to get out of the way a bit more and let God do what He wants to do and just trust Him. And maybe you're here tonight and, if you're honest, it feels like you're going through hell right now. It just feels like every which way you turn, it's like a dead end, or it's another storm, or it's another front. And I've got to be honest, we've been going through it. This year for us has been a freaking disaster. It's just been nuts. And it's easy to sing. It's easy to worship and confess the word of the Lord when you're on the mountaintop, but it's a whole different thing when you're in the middle of a storm, or when you feel like just getting knocked about by the circumstances of life. And the one thing I've come to realize the longer I've followed Jesus, and we've been doing this for some time, so I need Him more now than I ever have. But I got more faith now, having been through enough seasons to see how God works, that sometimes it doesn't make sense in the moment. In fact, it rarely ever does. But faith works a whole lot better in hindsight. It's just that it doesn't work that way. Because we look back and we see the story of God and all these moments where we thought the world was ending. And it's like, no, God was just working. He was just working. He was healing. He was mending. He was writing a bigger and better story. And the reality is, tonight, if you're breathing, if your heart is beating, then you're still here. And we're still here. The truth is, God is still here. And he was the same yesterday, and he's the same now, and he will be forever. And worship, this thing that we're doing right now, which is just a part of it, just singing, but what it means to worship God, to bring him praise, to bring him glory, to fix our eyes and our perspective on him when everything around us is madness. What that is, it's not reserved for the mountaintops. No, worship is our response in the trenches, and worship is our response when we're going through the fire, and worship is our response when we're face down on the gutter and we've got nothing but to cling to this hope that we have in Christ Jesus. And that's why we're here, and that's why we sing. So maybe you're here tonight, you don't know where to turn. Maybe it was a miracle that you even got here. You thought there was no way you were getting in that Uber or getting in that car or whatever it took to get through these doors, but you're here. And I believe God sees that. And he knows the circumstances of your life. He knows what you're going through. And he promises us that he's with us. He's with us the entire way. And he's got it if we just trust him. So Lord, have your way in this place, God. I'm going to quit talking in a second, then we're just going to sing our lungs out until we don't anymore. But there'll come a day when we stand on a mountaintop, face to face with God, and we look back at this thing called life, for all the valleys, for all the highs, for all the lows. And we're going to have more reasons to think to sing to God than we ever thought was possible. But we're not there yet. We're here now. We're still on the journey. But God is with us. God is with you. So keep going. Keep breathing. Keep singing. Keep dreaming. Keep getting up again. Keep showing up. There's a light when the light is on fire. Another way when the walls are closed.